We are following breaking news this hour. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention just announced one American has tested positive for Ebola.
The World Health Organization declared the outbreak a public health emergency of international concern over the weekend. So far, more than 300 suspected cases and 88 suspected deaths have been reported. Most of them are in the Democratic Republic of Congo and in neighboring Uganda.
Joining us now, NBC News medical reporter Dr. Akshay Syal. When we started the day, we didn't know that there was an American involved. I think everybody remembers 12 years ago when we had the big Ebola outbreak in Africa. I actually covered it. We were concerned back then. Should we be concerned now, especially with one American diagnosed?
So, Kate, I just got off the call with the CDC. They just held a press briefing announcing that one American did test positive after becoming symptomatic. There are a handful of others who are being monitored, all of which, by the way, guys, are going to be going to Germany, where they're going to be monitored in a facility. They're going to be sort of carefully watched and tested.
Were they in Africa at the time?
Correct. They're going to be medically evacuated going forward. So, I want to emphasize what they told us, the CDC told us, which is that the risk to all Americans at this time is low. And, part of that, as you know, Kate, you covered this isn't something that's spread the same way as COVID or flu. This is something that is spread through bodily fluids, through close contact. Historically, we see some of these outbreaks because of funerals, a lot of close contact around, bodily fluid contact, not something that if we were sitting at a desk, I would spread. So that's one of the things that the CDC was emphasizing just now.
What do we know about this specific outbreak, this specific strain?
Excellent question, Zinkley. This is a different form of Ebola than the one we were talking about in 2014. This is a strain variant called the Bundibugyo variant. There's a handful of Ebola variants, about 3 or 4 that we typically talk about. The main one, sort of the Ebola virus, is the one responsible for the 2014 outbreak. But what makes this so significant, guys, you can see on your screen, no approved vaccines or treatments, unlike the one that caused the 2014 outbreak. We have something called monoclonal antibodies. You may remember we talked about this during COVID, sort of artificial antibodies you can give through the bloodstream. There are no vaccines for this. There are no treatments specifically for this virus. So a big reason why the WHO announced that public health emergency of international concern.
Yeah, and so I guess let's just, to be very careful, what are the symptoms of Ebola in case anyone out there is feeling ill?
So there's a dry phase and a wet phase, right, for this virus, Kate. And you can see some of the screens, particularly around the symptoms on your screen, particularly around the dry phase being nonspecific, chills, fever, fatigue, and weakness. I cannot emphasize enough, most people watching this who have symptoms like that, it is probably not Ebola, it is probably something else. But that's what makes this sometimes so hard to detect, is because a lot of those symptoms can overlap. In the later phases, what makes this virus so deadly, it can cause something called bleeding. It can affect your blood counts. It can affect your organs. But that is something we see in a later phase of the illness. And, just an important point, you don't typically spread this virus unless you are symptomatic. Pre-symptomatic transmission is not something we typically worry about here.
All right, Dr. Akshay Syal, thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.